last week we did an Avengers special. But you know, Pablo, one of my favorite characters is in DC.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, it's not really surprising considering that DC has some of the most iconic superhero characters ever.
Yes.
Considering they've been around much longer than Marvel, actually. Well, speaking of DC, which DC superhero is your favorite?
Well, I grew up with Superman.
Superman?
Yes.
The Man of Steel.
Yes. You know, I won't forget the line. Up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman.
I thought that was when you went to the bathroom.
No,
it's a bird.
no.
It's a... Anyway, for me, my favorite character is actually someone who's not very well known. She's a member of the JLA, Justice League of America. She's called Zatanna.
Really?
Yes, and she's a magician.
Oh, that's her power.
Yes, she has the ability to use magic, but only when she says things backwards. So she has to, it's a skill actually. So I tried doing it before, nobody understood me. Up till now, they still don't understand me. So that's my favorite character. Welcome back to the Cosplay Show. Today we have a very special crime fighter in our ranks. Everyone, let's welcome the Dark Knight himself, the Cape Crusader, the Batman!
Batman Club!
Swear to me!
The role of Batman is, of course, played by Tim Villasor.
Hi.
And he's one of the founders of Justice.ph. And speaking of Batman, and I remember Adam West, my favorite Michael Keaton, and at present it's Christian Bale. So Tim, who's your favorite character? Favorite actor for Batman?
Well, that's a debatable question because I have two favorite actors. One belonging to the live action category and one belonging to the voice actor category. The first one is, of course, Christian Bale.
Oh,
you know him from the Christopher Nolan movies, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and the upcoming The Dark Knight Rises this year. And ever since he played Bruce Wayne in Batman, I've seen him as that role, ever. And next, for the voice acting category, it's Kevin Conroy from Batman the Animated Series. He started voicing that character since 1992, and he transitioned all the way to the Justice League Animated Series in the early 2000s. Then he voiced Batman for the video game adaptations Batman Arkham Asylum and Batman Arkham City. And most recently for the DC animated movie Justice League Doom, which is an interpretation of the classic Justice League of America storyline, Justice League Tower of Babel.
Whoa,
Wow.
yeah, really updated.
I have to. He's my favorite character.
Now that's a cosplayer.
Yes. For me, I really like the old school. So I really like Adam West.
Yes.
Adam West is like, the voice is classic. You know, even the look is classic. He had no padding except natural padding.
That's right, old chum.
Yeah.
Right?
And he's the only one with the cowl that has eyebrows.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And a nose.
Yes, and his Batmobile has to be one of the coolest. You know, that was the car I wanted growing up. So that's why I think Adam West is like one of the people who's always going to be associated with the Batman.
A legend.
Yes.
He's a legend. And he got his Hollywood Walk of Fame star recently.
Yes, recently he just got that. So, how about you, Guy?
Well, Adam West also. Because I was in elementary when I was.
You can't be original. You have to take that.
I have to be honest, man.
Okay.
I was in elementary when I was watching this Batman series, and I won't forget those lines.
Was it still in black and white?
Yes, because our TV is black and white. Hello, it's the 70s.
Okay.
And you know, this every time they have a fight scene, you would see these words, pow,
Yeah,
pow,
pow,
pow.
pow.
Of course. To show that the punch meant something.
Yes, it's like a comic book. It's like you're watching a live, but also it's like looking at a comic book.
Yeah, so they would go like pow,
Pow,
and then this thing would come out.
Or this.
Okay. And don't worry, Jason's gonna add the special effects afterwards.
Looking forward to it.
You know, Batman is actually one of the most popular superheroes here in this country.
That's right.
And he even eclipses Superman.
That's right.
Who's like #1 everywhere else. So I'd like to know, Tim, what do you think is the thing about Batman that really makes him so alluring to Filipinos?
Well, he's like us. He doesn't have any superpowers. That's one of the reasons why everybody idolizes him, because anybody could practically be Batman if they put their focus and determination into it.
Yes, and he's all self-trained, right? So
Yes.
he trained himself, like especially mentally. He has a big. He's known as one of the greatest detectives.
Yes, and
he's also a big. He's a genius.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Wow.
He's driven.
He's rich.
Yes, and he has all the gadgets, and he's traveled the world.
He's a gadget addict.
Yes, he is.
Yes, and it's one of the best ways to get wealthy, especially if you're in Philippines, you inherit it.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. But does he also invents his gadgets?
Yes, he does. Actually, he devises antidotes and other means to
yes.
solve crimes.
Yes. But we'd like to know about Justice.ph and how you guys started it. How about a brief history and who are the members?
Okay. Well, Justice.ph started out with 4 founders. That was Glenn Flash Antonio, he plays the Flash. There's Paulo Benjamin Cordero, he plays Green Lantern, Hal Jordan. Then, of course, I entered the picture as the 3rd member. That would be Batman, Tim Villasor, or Timster. And then, our 4th member was Christoph X. Pacuan, who played Aquaman.
Oh, yeah.
And I think first time you got together was actually during TAGCOM.
Yes, yes.
Which
that's right.
TAGCOM was that? What year?
Last year.
Last year.
We're celebrating our 1st year anniversary.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah. But it's also a birthday for Justice.ph.
Yes.
And thank you.
Yes.
Thank you to
Wow.
you guys.
And anyway, we have some photos of Justice.ph here. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about that.
Oh,
And
wow.
Who's that guy?
Alright.
Is that Adam West?
Okay. That picture was taken during the Art of Cosplay at De La Salle University last February. And of course, I stood there silently gazing at the floor and letting the wind blow
Is
my
that really
cape.
the wind or is somebody like pulling your cape?
No, it's really the wind.
Oh, really?
During that time, it was raining very hard. I think there was a typhoon. So, fortunately, I used that to my advantage and I let the wind flutter my cape, Batman style. And then,
Did you climb on top of the building?
You should have done that.
if I could, I would.
Just like, I'm the Batman.
But I didn't
Get
want
me
to.
down from here.
I didn't want to catch pneumonia.
And look, we have, I think you have an enemy.
Yes, I'm fighting against Kino Karu. I met him during that TAGCOM, the recent TAGCOM that you hosted. Yes, he plays Bane, the Tom Hardy Bane, who's going to appear in The Dark Knight Rises.
Okay, so that's the full upcoming film?
Yes,
Yeah.
the movie version.
And that's Rendell.
Yes.
Yes, that's him.
Special guest.
Special guest from one of the previous episodes.
So he's not just a Toku guy.
No,
also
he's Batman, and recently I saw a picture of him. He played Jack Krauser from Resident Evil 4.
Oh, okay.
This picture was taken during David Finch's visit to Manila at Fully Booked.
Oh.
Yes, that was during mid-March. He came here to promote his new book, The Dark Knight, Batman: The Dark Knight, which he penciled and wrote at the same time. And Fully Booked was kind enough to bring him here, and there were lots of people who lined up to have their comic books and graphic novels signed. He worked on things like Avengers, Moon Knight, Batman, Cyberforce, and the list goes on and on. I mean, he's one of those prominent artists working right now for DC Comics and the New 52.
This photo, I see. I really like the silhouette and
Yeah.
the idea. I think it really captures Batman.
Thank
Where
you.
did you take this picture?
This was before Halloween. I had the idea. It was near my neighborhood. I decided to go up rooftop. Well, it's not really a rooftop. It's the swimming pool area.
Oh.
Okay, but you could see open sky.
But you are dressed in that, right? You're not
Yes.
swimming. Okay.
No, I'm not swimming. No. I'm just saying it's near the swimming pool area. Yes, I decided to have a shadowy effect during the sunset. So there I am as Batman, and I made that picture a part of my business card.
Oh, that's a good shot. Whoa, look at that.
Yes.
Joker.
Yes.
During the last day of David Finch's visit, when we toured on Sunday, we decided to shoot a spoof outtake of the interrogation scene.
The famous interrogation scene.
From The Dark Knight, which had Christian Bale and Heath Ledger looking it out with each other, mind games and all, inside the Gotham City Police Department, Major Crimes Unit. We were inside the forum room at the 4th floor, fully booked in Bonifacio High Street. So we decided to shoot an interpretation of the interrogation scene. But instead of where's Harvey Dent or where's Rachel Dawes, I said, where's Finch? So there, I played Batman, and Nigel Lylon of Gotham Madness played the Joker. So we made a fan film. You can find it in YouTube. And there, it's in under Timster. You can see it there.
Okay. Oh, what's this?
That's during the same day that I went to a kids party, Halloween party, where I stood in the rooftop. That nice photo you saw. Yeah, and of course there I am, right?
This is where they caught you, on the rooftop.
That was later on. I was entertaining kids because I wanted to.
And look at that kid. He's also wearing a Batman costume.
That's my nephew.
Oh really?
Yes. Beside him were my brother and the mother. Yes.
So that's like a Batman.
Yes.
Batman.
Yes.
Okay, so we also have a Cosplay Mania video, and we'll have a chance to see the Justice.ph group.
Yes.
Here we go. We're starting up.
And
here it goes.
Batman. Oh no,
There you go.
Justice League. Wow, look at that.
What's Captain Jack Sparrow doing here?
Okay.
There we
We
go.
have Supergirl. And who's the other girl?
That's Miss Martian.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's Dr. Fate, and there's Robin, my understudy.
Ah, okay.
Isn't Robin a girl?
Yes, that will be Harley Wayne. Or
Oh,
Chin Panginiban. She likes the cosplay DC character. She started with Harley Quinn, then she went to Robin.
Okay.
Her favorite character is Damian Wayne, the son of Bruce Wayne. And we have all of the other League members appearing there.
Black Canary?
Yes,
Right?
that's
Supergirl?
Supergirl.
Supergirl.
Supergirl Part 2?
That's what do you call this? The Supergirl from Crisis.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
And the current Supergirl, right? Kara Zor-El.
We also have Aquaman.
Aquaman.
And there's Batman.
There I am, along with Green Lantern.
Green Lantern.
And
Yes.
we're just introducing everybody. And of course, you will see Herbert Superman Chavez right there. The Pinoy Superman, as you know him. He looks like Brandon Ruth from Superman Returns.
Look at it. So, wow, how many are you in the group?
Oh, there's Flash also. I see Flash.
Yeah, there's Wonder Woman.
Wonder Girl,
You have two Wonder Womans.
So I think the other one's Wonder Girl, right?
Wonder Girl?
No, we only had one Wonder Woman.
Okay.
But of course,
there's two Wonder Women.
No, that's Hippolyta.
Oh, Hippolyta.
The mother of Diana. But yes,
right.
she was Wonder Woman, yes.
Okay.
When Diana died,
Yes.
Hippolyta stepped in and she
Okay.
became Wonder Woman.
Wow.
That's right.
Wow, look at that. Nice costumes.
Indeed.
How many members do you have for
Currently,
Yes,
currently we're steadily climbing to 20. And we're expanding.
That's a
So
group. That's a good number of cosplayers.
yeah, I mean, they're very much dedicated to the craft, and what I love about my group is they really know their characters and they try to portray them as best they can. They live up to the spirit of those characters.
Well, what if they, like other people, want to join your group? Is there a special thing process they have to go through? Do they have to graduate from Justice.ph University?
No. I mean, in that case, all they have to do is they just approach us, they talk to us, and we try to find characters that, of course, haven't been taken yet, or people aren't interested in. Maybe if they have passing knowledge of the character, or maybe of the comics itself, Justice League, we just discuss it with them. We see their passion, we see their enthusiasm, their drive for it.
So you don't have to lock them up in Arkham Asylum or anything.
So it pays to have a good knowledge of the character if they want to have this, where the question of the character they have chosen.
Of course.
Okay, so what is your advice if I wanna join your group? are you going to advise me to read these comic books or?
Well, that's one. Or the other thing is, you try to see if you're very much involved with the character, and let's say you like Batman, you like Superman.
Yes.
You told me you like Superman. You want to be the Man of Steel. Which version of the Man of Steel would you want to play?
Well, I'd like the Elseworld version of Superman.
Which one?
The old Superman.
Well,
Which Batman was a corpse. Hitler cloned him.
I like the one from the Dark Knight Returns.
yeah, but he was practically still the same
Yes.
Superman. He was just fighting a very old Batman in
Old
his
Batman.
50s. But yes, we can also name another one. There's Superman Red Son.
Yes.
He crash landed on Russia instead, and then he was erased by the Soviets.
Yes.
So there, you could play something like that. I'm not saying that it's just limited to one person playing a certain DC character. Anybody can get involved. We just have to really get to know the person and see how driven they are.
Well, one of the most demanded superhero movies of all time
Right.
has got to be the Justice League. Everybody wants to see the Justice League out on the big screen.
Yes.
What do you think is preventing DC from finally getting all those characters together and having a full-scale movie about it?
Well, one thing that practically everybody knows about DC movies is that sometimes it's hard to have actors stay until they reach the build-up, like what the Marvel Cinematic Universe is doing. Because they started with Iron Man. They already had it planned. With DC, they just build up from, let's say, they made Batman with Michael Keaton. And they went through that. Then they decided to reboot it after Batman and Robin with George Clooney and Arnold Schwarzenegger. And it worked for Christopher Nolan's take. I mean, we had the serious Batman. That was the type of setting and ambience we wanted. But as far as Justice League movies are concerned, it might take a while because, of course, it really has to be established. People have to know that these people are going to appear in the next movie and not that it's just one shot. They're not explaining who else is existing in the DC universe. In the Batman movies, they're self-contained. You don't hear any mention of Superman, Robin, Green Lantern.
Yeah, that's true. I noticed that. They,
Yeah.
they don't have like a crossover
Exactly.
between the characters.
Because they know it's risky. If they do that, millions of dollars will fly and they will have to prepare for a big scale movie like what Marvel is doing now, but they prepared for it. The Avengers coming out this May, and here on April 25th, everybody knew that was going to happen because it was leading up to something.
Yes.
Iron Man 2, The Incredible Hulk, Thor, and then Captain America, the First Avenger, and now we have the Avengers.
So, how do you think DC compares to Marvel on the motion picture front?
Well, in the motion picture front, sad to say, they're really relying on Batman. Green Lantern last year just didn't do it.
Ow.
Honestly, it really had so much potential. They cast Ryan Reynolds, and some people did already take that seriously. And they didn't show it. They didn't show as much Green Lanterns as maybe you as a fan would have appreciated to see. It would have been okay, but it just didn't cut it. Unlike the Marvel movies. Everybody was really looking at those 3 Marvel movies that year. Thor, Captain America the First Avenger, and X-Men First Class. Now, I guess we're all banking on the next DC movie like The Flash to be great like Batman. And this is the year when Nolan supposedly ends his Batman take. So this is the last Batman movie we'll see.
Does that mean we're going to see another reboot?
Probably, but we'll have to see how the Man of Steel, the reboot of
Yes,
Superman,
it's another reboot also.
performs next year.
Yes.
So as far as DC movies are concerned, it'll still have to catch up with Marvel. The only thing that I can say about DC is that they're doing good with their animated shows.
You know, speaking of animated features, DC's one advantage I feel against Marvel is really their animated series. Batman animated series, Superman, Justice League Unlimited, all those were excellent animations.
True.
Do you feel that now that Disney has its paws in Marvel, that could change in the future?
That's debatable also. I think that it really depends on the show, but DC has a lot of iconic characters that people still recognize. I mean, let's face it, okay, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, people will remember that right away. You mentioned Spider-Man, Iron Man. The only reason why people remember them now is because of the movies.
Movies, yes.
Yeah, the cinematic universe. So It's really about exposure. And right now, DC is still there. And Warner Brothers too, because Warner Brothers handles the DC franchise.
Is anything the animated features, they have that specific look. You know, they have like that look that really identifies, you know, the DC characters.
Right.
So they have that, even the outline. You remember the part where they were coming in and they had that outline where they're just walking? You could tell that was the Justice League
Yes.
just from their silhouettes.
Just from their silhouettes alone.
So is DC planning to have another superhero picture or film movie? Who do you think will be the next character?
Well, best bet to say is the Flash, because a lot of people are talking about that. They want, after Green Lantern, they want to try a different hero. It's the fastest man alive right now, and I'm sure my co-founder of Justice.ph, Glenn Flash Antonio, will be very happy about that.
I met the guy. He's really good.
Yes,
he's really good.
Speaking of directors and writers, you know, the writer-director of Avengers is actually Joss Whedon.
Yes.
And he's a very big deal because his vision is very, very different from the usual directors.
Yes.
Who do you think could direct the next feature film for the DC universe?
It's a tough question. Actually, everybody's looking at Christopher Nolan now, but you can't really rely on Christopher Nolan forever. Maybe he can be a consultant, maybe like what he's doing for Man of Steel. But as for directors, I'll have to agree with some people who've actually talked about the issue. Try to look for young guns, people with potential. I mean, you already have established directors like Michael Bay, Steven Spielberg, but let's look for somebody there who's really into the comics and really knows their character. So for anybody who's going to do Flash, it has to be someone who's very, very passionate about the Flash. He knows about Wally West and Barry Allen, what's the difference between the two, and probably takes inspiration from the old TV series from the late 80s, early 90s, and the comics themselves. I mean, Flash practically conquered a lot of storylines leading up to the New 52. I mean, he was the instigator of Flashpoint. I won't spoil what happens there, but there it was more prominent when they brought Barry Allen back. But personally, I'm a Wally West fan. But I can see that if they're gonna make a Flash movie, they should start with Barry Allen, the person who would define the Silver Age.
Actually, one of the most memorable comic books I remember was Crisis from Infinite Earths, where the Flash died, and that was a big thing for me because Supergirl just died, and then the Flash died, and it was just, and he stayed dead you know, for a long time.
Yes,
so that was a big deal.
You mentioned New 52. DC Comics, well, they have made some changes in the look of those superheroes. I think the trunks, they're missing.
Yes, they are. I think one of the reasons why is because they wanted to take away the ridicule that's been a staple of Superman and Batman's history for a couple of years now, because they're wearing trunks outside of their costumes. But with the exception of Batman, he's been alternating in and out of that. Superman's change is kind of mixed in terms of the fan base. People still identify the trunks with Superman.
Yeah. Definitely. You can't think of Superman, you know, without the trunks so far. But we'll have to see that because in the next reboot, he's gonna come in no trunks.
Superman good.
Yes.
No trunks. No trunks.
Really?
Yes.
So, well, speaking of TV, let's go back to TV series.
Okay.
You know, one of the series that I've always had a love-hate relationship with was a series called Smallville. And it's a series, for those of you who don't know Smallville, it's a series about Superman growing up, you know, in Smallville, you know, and trying to find out about his powers and everything.
More of his personal life.
Yes, it's how he discovered, you know, how he became Superman. And the thing I found very, very appealing in that series was that they started to bring in the mythology into it. Like they started to bring in, you know, the Justice Society.
Yes.
They had Hawkman. They had Zatanna. They had the Green Arrow, Black Canary, even had the Wonder Twins. So they had all these characters, and I felt like it was building up towards a Justice League series, and I really wanted to see that. Do you think there's room for a Justice League TV series?
Well, if not a movie, why not a series, right? But they'll have to start from scratch, not from the Smallville timeline, because honestly speaking, everything there was messed up. It actually conflicted. It conflicted with comic continuity.
Yes, I was confused. Actually, most of the time I was confused. Like, wait, they know who Clark is.
So
So what about Batman? About Batman growing up in Gotham City, do you think it will be interesting?
Well, they tried that with Birds of Prey, if you remember that series. And well, Batman and Catwoman fell in love and they had a daughter named Helena. Yeah, who turned out to be, well, I'm sorry, the series just didn't. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that if they're gonna plan a Justice League series, they better damn well execute it well.
Well, you know that the Nolan trilogy,
Yes.
the Dark Knight Nolan trilogy,
Yes.
is about to end.
Yes.
So that's another chapter in the Batman saga.
Sadly, but we must let go.
Who do you think will be the next big Batman actor?
That remains to be seen. I mean, it could be anybody right now. Everybody's filing their candidates to play Batman. It could be anybody.
Could be Guy.
Yeah.
Guy could be the next Batman.
They could choose somebody like Taylor Kitsch, who played Gambit. They're just gonna try to look for that next young gun. I mean, Christian Bale out of nowhere, he played Batman, and he actually wanted to play Robin before. Did you know that? Yeah, he wanted to play Robin, but they didn't. He didn't make it for the cut in Batman Forever. And then next thing you know, he became Batman.
Whoa.
So anybody could play Batman. It's just a matter of whether he fits the role and whether he actually takes to the director's needs, whoever the director will be for the next reboot, for the next series. Let's see.
Well, that's it for Batman series. We would like to thank Tim for enlightening us about the Batman, the Cape Crusader.
Thank you.
So, do you have any last words for your fans out there?
Yes, you can visit us at Justice.ph. That's at facebook.com/JusticePH. I have my Facebook page as well.
Oh, should be scrolling down.
Yes, it's right here, as they're telling me. Timster, TIMZSTER. And of course, visit my other fellow cosplayers, my villains, my rogues gallery at Gotham Madness.
Yes.
Oh, really? You have these
Yes.
villains?
Yeah.
Villains. We saw them in Tycoon 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joker, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Scarecrow, and the Riddler. And their ranks are growing. Of course, I have my Robin, Harley Wayne. You can also check her out. But there, Timster, Justice.ph, Gotham Madness. You can check that out at Facebook. And of course, just find our blog at justiceph.blogspot.com.
So be sure to visit Tim.
Thank you, and visit also Cosplay.ph.
And welcome back to the Cosplay Show. You know, Pablo, I have a problem. I like to cosplay those characters that have those colored hair, but I don't wanna color my hair permanently. So it takes too long to, turn it black again.
Well, you know what? It's a lucky thing that today we're going to take a look at one of those products at the Cos shop that allows you to change your hair color temporarily.
Really?
And it's easily washable. It's called the Craze Cospray.
So you mean you can wash this with water after you
Yes,
use it?
after you use it, after the convention or whatnot, you can wash it off.
Oh.
And it's a really big deal. It really helps if you're like a student, because as a student you're not allowed to
yes.
color your hair permanently, right? You can't dye it. So this will let you go to a convention, color your hair, and you don't have to worry about it. afterwards, just wash it off.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes.
And what colors are available?
Well, we have 8 colors,
Okay.
starting from that side.
Alright, this is a Hime Gold. What do you mean by Hime?
Hime means princess, so it's like a royal gold.
Oh,
yeah, royal gold.
I look at the bottle. So you can collect the bottles.
Yes, it looks really, really nice. It's a very anime theme, so it's a very nice collectible item.
And this one is Sugoi Silver.
Sugoi silver.
And this one is Henshin Red.
Yes,
Henshin
we had.
seems familiar. The
Yes,
word is
you
Henshin.
remember the Toku episode
Yes.
where they had Henshin? Henshin means change, so it's like change red. So it's a very, very nice Toku type color.
And this is chibi orange. Wow, it looks like for kids.
Yes, and it's very, very cute. That's what it means, chibi. It's cute, so it's a cute, good color.
What about
Here, we have some more. We have over here Genki green. So Genki means happy, so it's a very
Wow.
happy color. We'll keep on going. We have here Kawaii Violet, so very, very cute.
Kawaii Violet.
Kawaii Violet, so it's a very good Sailor Moon type image also there. And here we have Sojo Pink. So
Wow.
Sojo, that's a very, very, what do you call it, girl on girl action. So
Pink, your favorite color.
no, you're the Pink Ranger.
Pink Ranger.
Pink Ranger. And here finally we have Bishonen Blue. So if you want to look like a Bishonen.
What's a Bishonen?
Bishonen is like it's rather than a very, very manly
Oh, okay.
man, it's like a more of a feminine type character.
Oh.
So it's a very, very nice character.
Oh, this is. And how much is per bottle?
For one bottle, which is a lot of applications, it's only 260 pesos.
So it's very.
It's very economical because you can use it several times. If you don't finish the bottle, you can save it up and use it when you have an emergency.
So you just spray it a few inches away from your hair, so it's very easy to use.
It's very easy to use, although I suggest that you have somebody else assist you
Okay.
when you're coloring your hair because it's very, very difficult. Sometimes you could spill somewhere or you could miss and then hit part of your face and it doesn't look as nice.
Now the big question is this available in stores or where can I buy this?
You can buy the Cosspray at the Cos Shop, and that's available at shop.cosplay.ph. And the curtain closes on yet another spectacular episode of the Cosplay Show.
We'd like to thank everyone in this production, including our tech guy Jason Tapel, our marketing guy Henry Di Jos, and our producer Zenith, and also let's thank Alex Cebu, John Magat, and Irving Go. Thanks guys, and also our special guest, the Batman himself, Tim Villasor. Thanks man.
And remember to visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Cosplay Show. The show is also looking for advertisers, so if you'd like to advertise with us or you'd like us to review your cosplay related product, please email us at hnelios@cosplay.ph. Again, this is Pablo Byron.
And Guy Singson.
Until next week, good night and keep it cosplay!